It's the moment you didn't know you're waiting for.
He is Carter.
He's Chad.
And this is the Irish 365 podcast.
Welcome into the Irish 365 podcast. We got a Navy preview.
Navy.
3 straight kind of rivalry weeks. Obviously a bye in between, but an interesting part of the season, right? I mean, Boston College, we haven't played in a while. Like, don't play every year. Obviously, Navy, we play every year. USC, we play every year for now, right? So, yeah.
Currently.
So an interesting dynamic for Notre Dame here. 3 rivalry games. Obviously, me and you love this game. I know there's some people out on social that hate it. I got my 100-year Four Horsemen sweatshirt on from our game last year at Yankee Stadium. One of my favorites last year.
Yeah.
Lot before the game that went on, but just a lot of one of my favorite games. Yeah.
As someone who pays attention to game day ops, I'm sure it drove you nuts.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
another
the game
time.
itself.
The game
was
itself
awesome.
was phenomenal. The atmosphere was phenomenal. The crowd was phenomenal.
Yep.
Getting it out of the stadium, not so well.
Yeah.
But that's again, I won't digress.
Yep.
So yeah, I love Navy. I know a lot of people are like, why do we play Navy? Why do we play Navy? I respect the hell out of the Navy Academy, and the military service side of it, what those kids are doing, the commitment they've made to our country, and their effort. Like, very few kids are coming out of the Naval Academy going to the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, just that ain't happening. But just then what Navy means to Notre Dame and what Notre Dame means to Navy and that whole side, I won't go into that. We've covered that, and there's plenty of places to cover it ad nauseam. But if you want me to give a dissertation, hit us up on DMs and social, and I'll record something special and send it to you direct.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll even personalize it like an autograph. I'll put your name in there.
It's a cameo, right?
What?
Are we on
like a cameo.
yet?
Yeah, we're not cameo level yet, but I'll do it for free if you really want me to give you all the reasons why we should play.
And he'll
Navy.
enjoy it.
And yeah, I should just record it for my own benefit, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, I love the Navy game. It's a challenging game, right? Because no one runs the triple option better, and Navy's got a quarterback that's a throwing.
Like Harvick. I mean, dude, legitimately, I've seen this Heisman Trophy candidate. This could be a Heisman game. Like, what are we go? Are we going Blake or are we going Jeremiah Love? Right? Like, one of these guys is going to be eliminated this week with a loss, which is an interesting thing, right?
Yeah. And Navy was probably on the precipice of being ranked had it not been for the North Texas loss.
Yeah, which North Texas was by far their toughest matchup of the year so far. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying this Navy team's not that great. But I think last week was a sleeper game. You know, they were looking forward to the Irish. So
yeah, trap game for them.
Trap game.
We both had a trap game.
Yep.
And I saw this on social, and I hadn't thought about it, and but interesting is there was some theory going out there that Notre Dame was taking the bye week and focusing on prepping for a top 25 matchup Navy team and the difficulty of how to defend the triple option.
Yeah.
Al Golden knew it cold, and you also had Jack Kaiser, who ran triple option in high school, like leading a defensive charge and making sure people in the right spot. We don't have that same combination.
Yeah.
So we've owned Navy the last couple of years and well defended them. So was Marcus Freeman taking time and focusing on Navy? I'm hoping that theory is true. So if that was the case, it would make sense that the team was looking past Boston College, letting their guard down a little bit, focusing on Navy. Yeah. And because you want to have a 1-7 Boston College wasn't a threat to beating us.
Yeah.
They just weren't. But they gave one hell of an effort, right? Yeah. So were we focused on guarding the triple option and the discipline? Because it's all about discipline and protecting yourself against the triple option.
And we played Army last year at Yankee Stadium, didn't we?
Yeah, we played Army.
It was Navy, was in New York at MetLife. That's on me.
It was MetLife, yeah.
I was thinking different games. It makes it difficult when they were both in the New York.
But they're both triple option teams.
Both triple option. But the thing that
both service academies.
This Navy team was ranked last year when we played them.
Yeah.
And had an uncharacteristic, six turnovers. Yeah, at MetLife, which is just insane. Like, we blew the doors off them with 6 turnovers. Like, and they were just, we weren't even forcing some of them.
Muff punts.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of defensive plays that we
forced
earned.
3, I think. But yeah, there was
3.
2 or 3 that were like, that's not happening very often for Navy.
What you don't typically see from Service Academy is undisciplined football.
They're not.
They don't generally beat themselves, and to some degree, they.
And it's going to be very interesting this week when we've talked about officiating a lot this year, like bad for Notre Dame and other teams. But Navy is not a team that comes in and penalizes. So it's going to be interesting this week what the ref situation. Like, are we going to see a lot of flags on Navy, or is it going to stay pretty non? But yeah, this is a team that it's going to run the triple option, like you said. And we talked about this a lot last week, and we'll get into it more later. But are they going to dominate the time of possession, right? Like, this is a team that, I mean, if we're talking about their keys to victory, right? If that's what we're going to get into, Navy's going to slow this game down. I'm not even going to say they're going to watch Boston College film. That was their plan before the Boston College game, right?
Reinforced during the Boston College game.
Yeah.
If they watch game tape from last week, like, what did Boston College do?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to outscore you. Navy's not going to go A&M 41-42, right? Yeah. They're not going to Miami us. They're going to have to do something very similar to what Boston College did.
Yep.
Run the play clock down, drain, and just 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Long sustained drives, wear down our defense, and keep our offense off the field.
Yeah. And yeah, if you're Notre Dame, I mean, I think the thing's got to be, can we keep this Navy? The key is first and second down.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. You got to keep Navy in 3rd and 4 or longer. Yeah. Like, they can't be in third and 3 and short. Like, they're gonna probably pick that up.
I'd say almost 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
You want them to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah. They've got an experienced quarterback, like we've mentioned. Like, he's not going to win the Heisman, but he's in the conversation. Like, he's put up some numbers. Obviously, last week hurt him a little bit, but this is a team that we got to figure out how to keep off the field, and that's gonna be the interesting thing for the Notre Dame offense. Like, I feel like when we've scored quick. So what's it going to be this week? Are we going to take these long drives and get down in the red zone and punch it in finally, or are we going to have to score from 50 yards out?
Yeah, see, that's going to be the interesting part of this, and I think that's where what is Denbrock going to do from a strategy standpoint?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be North Texas. You want to go, 20 yards of play and score in 3 plays, right?
Yeah.
Go 80 yards in 4 plays kind of a thing. I think he's going to want to, because that opportunity will be there. Obviously, North Texas showed you can get big chunk plays and you can score. And we're going to have
North Texas over 234 yards in the air and 190 rushing.
Like, we're gonna see that the North Texas game is going to be a template for us. What we want to do offensively, we should pick up cues from that. But the other side of that is you don't want to score too fast, because if Navy is sustaining long drives and wearing out your defense, and then you're turning around and scoring quickly, your defensive depth is going to come into question at some point.
Big time.
So I think that's going to be interesting. But if we can stop Navy early, score early, and then force Navy to go off schedule and try and not slow the game down, and try and go into a more high tempo, high scoring offense, that is got to be kind of key for us. I mean, we got to score fast early, and then maybe slow it down late. So if we can get up 2-3 touchdowns in the first half, then we can slow it down a little bit, give our defense some rest, keep them fresh, optimize it. If we don't do that and we let Navy control the clock, and time of possession and slow the game down the way they'd like to and keep it close to the fourth quarter and hopefully, out attrition us because we're wore down and they're still fresh. I mean, our guys are physically fit, but I don't know that we're Navy Academy, practice plus PT plus whatever else they do kind of a fit. So I think that's the challenge for us. I mean, we're going to have the size advantage. We're going to have the weight advantage. I mean, we're going to have better athletes.
Yeah.
I feel good defensively. Like, I think about Snead. I think about, Kay Johnson, Braden Asbury coming up to the line, Drake Bowen, like KVA, like Kingston.
I feel KVA. So good about our corners and our secondary making so much progress, and we've talked about this, but can they stay undisciplined for that one pass play? Right? Can Tay Johnson, who's not played against this triple option, stay for that one fake? Because it's going to happen.
Don't bite, yeah.
Right? Because it's going to happen where he's going to come up the field, or someone's going to come up and someone's going to be wide open. Like, can we avoid that? Because that's what Navy's trying to do, right? They're gonna burn you once.
They're gonna expect us to get 9 in the box.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right? I don't think Navy has a burner in the slot or in the wide receiver that's gonna outrun one of our corners.
Yeah.
So our corners are gonna be left to play man coverage. which we're comfortable in.
Yeah.
Right. Give me Leonard Moore in man coverage against the best Navy receiver.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So yeah, it's just that discipline, right? If you see that tight end or you see that, slot guy, like you gotta hold your position, hold your assignment. And if we play disciplined football, we'll be fine. But we got some young guys on the defense. We don't have that leadership, 27th year senior Kaiser that, to keep people in check. So how much lesson did Drake Bowen learn? How well does he know that? I think Drake Bowen ran triple option in high school. Adrian didn't run triple option? Okay.
Mm-mm.
I know Kaiser did it at Pioneer, so I wasn't sure if Bowen did it, Adrian.
No,
I know he was a fullback, so like...
I think he just...
Was he straight tailback?
Yeah,
anyway.
just ran people over back is what he was.
He was Jerome Bettis. He was a fullback body playing tailback. Yeah, just looking for contact. Yeah. Fun to watch. But yeah, so that'll be the interesting part of it for us.
Discipline on defense. So let's get into keys victory for Notre Dame. What comes to mind is offense scores 35 points.
Yeah.
Like that feels like if you score 35, you win this game by 14. Like 28, I don't feel crazy comfortable with because this Navy team can hold around. But if Notre Dame gets to 35 points, which doesn't feel like a lot for this offense, but it's been struggling.
Yeah, we were putting up 40 points a game, and then we didn't.
Yeah, so which is interesting. So that's my kind of key, which is a weird key victory. But like we got to score.
Yeah, score quick, score early.
Yeah, and can't win the turnover battle. Like Navy's gonna get one random one. Like it feels like they do. Like they'll force a fumble. Can Price hold on to the ball? Because he's had a little bit of a fumble bug. And it's kind of one of those things where he's a good back, but is it in his head at this point?
Yeah. And Jeremiah Love fumbled one.
Did he fumble?
Out of bounds. We didn't turn it over, but he fumbled one out of bounds. And he fumbled one earlier this season. I think he recovered. So,
yeah.
I mean, we cleaned that up.
And chance of rain, I believe, Saturday night in South Bend.
That was like 20%.
Yeah, I was just saying, I know there's a chance of rain this weekend. So, yeah, that'll play a factor. Could play a factor into it. Not as much as USC, but there's a chance. Yeah, so what other keys you got for Notre Dame here this weekend?
I think it's pretty straightforward, right? Like what we just said. Discipline on defense, keep them in third and long. Offensively, score early and score quick. Get the lead and then slow it down. And then because you're not going to get mistakes out of Navy.
Yeah,
you got to force Navy out of their schedule, out of their game plan where they're trying to make big plays because they're down 14 points. They have to do something.
Yeah,
if
and
you can get
14 might not even be enough. It's sometimes got to be 21-28 before they even try.
But if you can get up 14, 21 points and get them to where they go out of the triple option and slowing the game down because they're trying to hurry things up.
Yeah, then
that plays into our favor, and that's where we want to get to. And the sooner we can get there, the earlier we can get there in the game, the better.
Yeah,
because our defense will still be fresh and they won't be wore down. And you go into a couple of 8-minute drives of Navy and our guys are on the field and we score quick and then they're back on the field and we're trading touchdowns and it's 21-21, but our guys are wore out. I don't feel good about that. So. But I'm hoping we'll be able to do that. I think that'd be the game plan if I was coming into schedule.
100%. So Notre Dame opens up as 26.5 point favorites. Over unders that 56.5. You're gonna get into score predictions. What are you thinking?
Man, I'm thinking, and I want to go like we cover, right? Because if 56 is the over under, 26 point favorite, so that's like saying like 28, like, or I guess 14-20, 14-35, something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like here's where I'm at. I feel like we're gonna have some. I don't feel like we're past the special teams kicking woes.
Yeah.
So are we gonna go for 2? Are we gonna do some things like that? So my score prediction, I'm feeling like 17. I think Navy gets 2 scores and a touchdown or a field goal. I'm thinking like 17. I think Notre Dame's going to have some wonky, weird score like 17-36 or something like that.
We're in the ballpark. Yeah, I'm going 35-14.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I think Navy gets 2 touchdowns. And yeah, I have us not covering.
I don't think we cover.
Which is normally good for the Irish. If both of us are on, we're not covering. Usually it's 99-0.
You just said it, so now we're going to be right, which we normally aren't. So,
but yeah, 35-14. This is a good Navy team, and yeah, can the Irish? I think I'm going to doubt until they prove us wrong. Can they punch the ball in the end zone? They've moved the ball. Can we start finishing drives?
Yeah, and physically we're going to have bigger, more athletic guys, but discipline-wise, it's going to be a tough challenge to get into that red zone and have the compact field, short yardage plays, the Navy discipline. So we got to right those wrongs if we're going to right them, and this is the week we have to right them. I still think it's going to be a couple of our scores. If we got 5 touchdowns, I'm thinking 2 or 3 of them are going to be 20-plus yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
Long passes, long runs. Jeremiah loves 90-yard runs. And
I
Price
think I'm
does
gonna take
too.
CJ Carr passing yards this week is kind of what I'm thinking in some bets. Kind of what I'm going to mess with.
I feel like a special teams touchdown's coming too. Punt return, kick return. I feel like we're going to get a special teams touchdown.
I like it. Or defensive special team. Yeah, I hit one of those a couple weeks
Maybe
ago.
a defensive score. Yeah.
All right. So I think the moment everyone's been waiting for right here, right?
Contest.
So we've talked a lot about this one, but we got to start this off so we can get an official clip here out on the old X. So here we go. If you'd like to win 2 tickets to Notre Dame versus Syracuse, you've got 2 chances left. All you have to do is be following us on the X, and you have to comment under this post. And our contest this week is going to be the Notre Dame time of possession.
Minutes and seconds.
Minutes and seconds. The closest person to that will win an Irish 365 t-shirt automatically and be entered to win 2 Notre Dame versus Syracuse draw. And like I said, only 2 chances left to get into that draw.
Yeah, because this is a game where we could have a huge deficit in time of possession and still win.
Yep.
But the higher our time of possession goes, the more confident I feel in that win.
Yep. So yeah, that's obviously, if you don't know, it's got to be between 0, 0, 0 and 60 minutes, right?
Maybe you think in overtime, but that would be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how time of possession works in the old overtime, but yeah. So yeah, it's got to be between 0 minutes and 60 minutes. I think it's going to be a fun one, though. I mean, this will be interesting to see what people think.
So if your guess is 30 minutes, then put 30:00.
Yep.
If your guess is 31 minutes, 30 seconds, 31:30.
Yep.
Right?
There's a lot of possibilities out there. This Navy team has controlled the ball. Notre Dame obviously did not control the ball against the Boston College team last week, so it'll be interesting to see what happened here.
We lost time of possession against Boston College.
Yep, so we're guessing the Notre Dame time of possession this week.
I think that's the key stat for us.
Yep.
Time of possession.
All right, well, so there's our contest. We've hit the Navy preview. Sounds like we got to get into a little bit of the college football playoff because Notre Dame happens to be a little somewhat making everyone talk, right? Shocker.
We were going to bring controversy
no matter what,
whether we're in or out.
Yep.
And I love where we're in. And I think this is kind of as I thought about it last night, and Notre Dame haters got all the reason in the world to throw shade at Notre Dame because they think we're ranked too high.
Yep.
I think a lot of Notre Dame fans, after the disappointment of the Boston College performance, after losing the 2 games we did, I think we're a little more critical of ourselves than the national media is.
Yep.
I think a lot of Notre Dame fans feel like
we're in a good spot. What?
I didn't expect us to be ranked this high. I mean, a lot of people that are Notre Dame fans thought we were going to be 13, 14 and need some help to get in.
Yep.
I think there was a lot of people in that area. So
where we're at right now,
I'm happy where we're at.
Notre Dame would be going on the road to BYU in an opening playoff in the 10-7 match, and I saw a line. Do you have any guesses what the FanDuel would put out the line to be if Notre Dame played BYU at BYU?
7.5 point favorites.
9.5 point favorites.
Wow, I thought 7.5.
Yeah. So FanDuel Sportsbook put out that. I saw that on social. Notre Dame would be the biggest favorite on the road. Obviously, Georgia over Memphis would be one. I forget the Texas Tech and Oregon was about to pick them, and I forget what the Ole Miss one was, maybe 3 or 4.5 points.
So if
Ole Miss.
It's not going to hold, but
these are all going to change. Like no one's
because Texas Tech and BYU play this weekend.
Yep.
So expect one of those teams to lose and fall behind us.
And then obviously we've got the ones behind us that are interesting ones to follow would be we've got Texas out and Oklahoma out. Ooh, and I believe Texas plays one of either Georgia or Alabama. I can't remember, in the opposite of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
There's some big games behind us.
Texas plays A&M as well.
Yes, Texas plays A&M. I think that's who it is. Texas plays A&M at the end of the year. And then, but the interesting part from that Notre Dame BYU game is the winner would go on to play IU in a quarterfinal matchup, which that would be.
So where was that game going to be at?
Yeah, that would be the interesting one, right?
Because the way it's projected right now, Ohio State's 1 and IU's 2.
Yep.
So, and they try and make that game somewhat regional. So like Ohio State and IU are so close geographically.
Yeah, I don't
like
know. Ohio State would get their first dibs. Yeah.
I hadn't looked at like the bowls and the bowl tie-ins, and I'm like, okay, Ohio State most likely goes down to Atlanta.
So the quarterfinals, I should make sure I get these right. Is the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl.
So
yeah,
Ohio State Sugar Bowl.
You would think, right? Is where they would end up. But if you've got Bama and
But Ohio State's ranked 1.
yeah, but would they? I mean, Sugar Bowl or my Orange Bowl could be. Yeah, I don't know what the choice would be for Ohio State. And then that leaves to IU. Yeah, where are they sending them? After I don't know, but you would think they'd want to get Bama in the Sugar Bowl and A&M in that Cotton Bowl.
But what's going to happen, right? Most likely,
Ohio State, IU will play each other, and they could,
Is Alabama still in the hunt to make the SEC championship?
Yeah, I
haven't looked at that.
Yeah.
So I think A&M has got like Texas in their way. I don't think Alabama has anybody in their way of no. They got LSU this weekend, right?
Next weekend.
Yep. Historically, I'd say LSU is going to be a roadblock potential for Alabama, but with everything that's gone on LSU, I don't think that's a roadblock for them. I think LSU's got a pretty clear path. So is it setting up for A&M and Bama to play in the SEC championship? Because we know IU and Ohio State are going to play in the Big Ten championship.
That's what it feels like.
And I think there's a scenario where let's just say
A&M and Bama are both undefeated in the SEC. So
so I think they're on path to play in the SEC championship.
Yep.
And so let's just go the IU Ohio State route, right? 1 and 2 right now. Argument to be made that Ohio State should be 2, IU should be 1, whatever. I don't really have a dog in that fight. So are they gonna stay 1 and 2? And I think
probably not. Like
unless the Big Ten championship game, assume they both win out, and they should, and they go to the Big Ten. I mean, I say should, knowing that Michigan has owned Ohio State, and who knows what's going to happen in that game. And I still think in my mind, I think there's a chance Purdue somehow finds a way to beat IU.
I know you keep saying
I say it, and I'm on record multiple times. There's no reason for it.
Yeah.
Like Ohio State and IU should win out.
So
as long as that game is probably 7 points or less, I think both those teams still stay ranked. But I don't know if they stay 1 and 2.
They'll probably go Big Ten champs 1, SEC champs 2,
and then
Big Ten runner up 3.
If it's close.
Yeah.
But let's say Indiana beats Ohio State by 21 points.
I know, but they're going to give the conference champions. If you remember last year, they were still conference championship heavy.
Conference champion's going to be 1.
But whoever made it though was like,
I know
they didn't fall very much for that, so it's going to be the very.
They're not going to fall to 12.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think they could fall. Like if IU and if it's a blowout, and you and I differ on this, IU beats Ohio State by 21, or Ohio State beats the winner of the Big Ten is going to stay number 1, and I think the loser is going to fall like 5 or 6.
Nah, that's where I disagree. There'll be 3. No matter what.
You think there'll be 3 no matter what?
Yep.
We'll
3
see.
or 4. They'll have first round bye. Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what this committee does.
Yeah, and
same thing with the SEC,
it's
right?
It's a new thing where it's not that just the champs that have the bye. So that's where it's going to be interesting. Do they give, if you make the conference championship of the Big Ten, SEC with 1 loss, you're going to have a bye. I don't know. But does anyone want to bye? Because no one won last year with 1. So
I was say it wasn't an advantage.
Yeah.
But that'll dictate like who goes to what game. Because I would love for Notre Dame to play number 2 IU in the second round in the Orange Bowl. Like
I'd love to go to the Rose Bowl
or the Rose Bowl.
I'd put that on record.
And like
go to the Rose Bowl.
And I could see that like the Rose Bowl Big Ten tie-in.
Yep.
It geographically makes
Ohio
no
State
sense.
Could also
But like and I don't know how that's decided. Does the school get to pick, or does the bowl get to pick? And like I've not studied that.
Yeah, because
last year was just geographic, right? So
I believe so. But I think it's also conference tie-ins a little bit last year because which was easier to do because you knew you're going to have your 4 conference champs.
Exactly.
This year you don't have they were like SEC champs going to the Sugar Bowl no matter what. Like that's what happened. But
so if we finish 9 and we play number 8 whoever and let's say it's BYU. We play number 8 BYU in Provo. And then we turn around and have to face number 1.
Yeah.
is that Ohio State in the Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
that would be cool. We got to beat Ohio State sometime in my life.
Yeah, no kidding.
Eventually, we got to beat Ohio
Last
State.
5 years.
Why not this year?
All right, well.
Anyway, so yeah, I think the whole CFP thing, Notre Dame's in good shape, good spot. Now we just gotta win out, right? So our stumbling block between now and the CFP is Navy, one game at a time.
Yep.
Pitt is not going to be an easy game.
Nope.
Probably the most difficult game left on our schedule. And then
Syracuse, then Stanford.
Or Syracuse, then Stanford. I was going the other direction. Yeah, and Syracuse was a lot more concerning when they had Steve Angeli.
Yep.
And Stanford, they're going to come around. I think Andrew Luck's going to have them there in a few years.
Yep.
So let's enjoy it while we can.
Yep.
All right. Anything else on CFP?
I got nothing.
All right.
I'm sure we'll get that in a couple weeks, right? We'll get on to it a little each week. We'll get more information.
Yeah, it's just another data point. Right now we got one. Well, let's get some more.
Yep. All right, well, we'll see you guys. If you're at the Navy game, have a great time. We'll be there. Love the tradition. It'll be a great one.
Yeah, embrace it.
Go
As always, go Irish.